Hello, Adrian Baker here from Lumiere Medi Spa for part two of the perfect peel risks. You may have seen my colleague Emma yesterday talking about how important pre-care and post-care instructions are for the perfect peel, and that's so that we can avoid certain risks. I'm going to go into those risks with you now today. Now, side effects of things that we expect to happen with the perfect peel would be things like redness, irritation, and obviously peeling as well. But with the perfect peel, it really is quite substantial peeling. So expecting kind of proper snake-like skin to be peeling off the face. And that also brings with it a bit of discomfort. So even when you're applying post-care products, it will sting a little bit as well, and it will look quite red. It's generally just not that pleasant really, but it's worth it. People that have the perfect peel are really pleased at the end of that. So, but they're things that we expect during that peeling process. Things that we don't expect but can happen, and this can be with any peel, is that you could actually have too much of a peel effect and end up with a chemical burn. And this could then lead to things like hyperpigmentation, so where the skin actually produces more pigmentation color in the skin, or even hypopigmentation, where it actually destroys the melanocytes that make your skin color and make the skin go white in patches on the face. So this is quite unusual for the perfect peel because of how it's formulated, but it is always a potential risk. So you do need to bear that in mind. One of the other risks that can come, so if you're prone to things like cold sores, is that you could potentially develop a cold sore. So please always let your practitioner know beforehand. You may be given some medication just to try and suppress that virus to kind of keep it at bay whilst you're going through that inflammatory and peeling process. Another potential risk is that when you're peeling, if you were to pull on the skin, you could potentially take some of the skin from underneath the fresh, healthy skin and create a little mark or a scar in the skin. So obviously we don't want you to do that. So it's really important that you always snip if you really feel you need to, as opposed to pulling anything away from the skin. So you just got to let the natural peeling process happen. And that's again, because we don't want any scarring of the skin after the treatment. Another potential risk of the perfect peel is that you could get an infection. So with the peeling process, there are skin layers that are coming away. And again, if you were to pick or to pull at that skin, or even if you didn't, we're still taking the top layers of the skin away. And so bacteria could get into that area of fresh new skin and infect it. And so if you notice any kind of oozing out of the skin or really quite alarming inflammation or swelling, it's really important that you contact us or your practitioner straight away, because it's not something we expect to happen, but it is always a possibility. I hope that helps in just explaining some of those risks that we're trying to avoid and why it's so important, as my colleague Emma said, to prepare the skin beforehand and to also look after it properly with the post-peel kit. Take care and have a great day.